Good morning. I think we're live. Good morning and welcome to today's conversation. I'm here with Natalie Hahn from the Hahn Group, and we are going to be talking about abundance, money, and mindsets, how to win the inner game of life and business. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you, Eme. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just looking for my glasses now. I don't know what I've done with them. Anyway, the glasses are not really for seeing. The glasses are just to cover my eyes. But I think I have eye makeup on today, so no need to cover my eyes.
Now you look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
So, how are you? What's the weather like over there in sunny Spain?
It's actually quite cloudy, but it's still the sun's trickling through. Yeah,
Okay.
little chill, but otherwise not too bad.
Okay. We have chill. It's not little. But yeah, we have chill. And rain. Yeah. Yeah.
And rain.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not too bad anyway. We're indoors, so we
yeah,
thank God. Yeah, but
yeah.
welcome. So Natalie, we're talking about abundance, money, mindset, and generally the inner game. So just before we started talking, I asked you out of those three, because I asked you to talk about those things, out of those three, what would you say is the most important?
And I said the most important was the mindset,
Can
because
you
without having your mindset right, the others can't follow.
Okay. We always hear people talk about let me go back a bit and just first of all say who Natalie is and why she is qualified to talk to us about this. So Natalie is a strengths coach,
Certified
but
strengths coach. Yeah.
yes, certified strengths coach. But before that, tell us your story. Where and what have you done that have brought you up to this point?
So before that, I was a realtor, and pretty much when you work in real estate in Canada and South Africa, not in England so much because it's a paid job, but in those two countries, it is predominantly a commission-based job.
Oh,
So you are really responsible for your own
success.
yeah, success and finances really. Yeah. So if you don't sell, you don't eat.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And so it was quite it's quite a tough, it can be quite a tough game because there's so many competitors out there as well. So you have to have a really your mindset really has to be top.
Mm.
You really have to train yourself to not let things get you down, and to be strong, and to know who you are, and to think of yourself as abundant already. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't think of yourself as abundant, then it will not, then you limit yourself. So that's
Wow.
where I've learned a lot of
So it's almost like you had to train yourself or teach
mhm.
yourself
Yeah,
as you as
absolutely.
you as you went along. So but that's not what you do now. You're now in the coaching space.
Yes.
And who do you work with your coaching?
With coaching, I work with female leaders or professionals that are looking to make an impact in the world.
So people like with a big vision and that kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even if they don't have a big vision, but they want to make an impact in their little community,
Mm.
that's fine too. It's just I'm all about the impact, because together, if each of us has a vision and we make an impact on our little community, we change the world.
Yeah, 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 we do. Yeah, we do. So, why is this important? I mean, and I'm talking more from the point of view of somebody who wants to make money in the online space, because that's who the people in the Yellow Pepper Club are. They have their projects, their passion, their products, their services that they want to bring into the online space. So why is it important? I mean, for the money side of things, you know.
First of all, if you talk about making money, I want to try and challenge you to change that thinking of
Okay.
making money,
Okay.
because try and change it to receiving money.
Hmm.
So instead of you going out there and really working, change it to receiving rest from an inside. It comes from inside.
Hmm. Hmm. Receiving money
Yeah,
rather than making money.
yeah.
I mean, that really resonates with me, you know. That really resonates with me because sometimes you actually do feel as if you are blocking yourself.
Yeah,
Does that happen? Is that a thing?
it does. It is a thing, because you're on a treadmill. You're on a treadmill, and you're think of yourself as on a treadmill, and you're oh, give me 1 second, Emmy.
Mm.
There you are. Think of yourself as on a treadmill, and just being busy and busy and busy doing this and busy doing that. You can't listen. You can't listen to any guidance. Um, be it be it listening for God's voice, or listening for your inner voice, for those of people that believe in the universe and spirit and such. You just don't have the time to listen. So what you need to do is to get really quiet and start to listen, and you'll be guided to doing things that you need to do.
So
And
that so that comes back to that thing of rest.
yeah,
Yes, so that comes back to that thing of rest,
position
and
of rest.
instead
Yeah.
of being in a kind of like a
Yes.
striving,
Yes.
you know.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
actually a complete shift for when I think about it for me, because you're like, you want to be this go-getter kind of person, and like you just want to go 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 go, but what you're saying is more like, at least internally, you need to like be in a place of rest,
Yes.
and
Yes.
a place of the openness to receive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So if you could teach me something to do to get myself to achieve this, what would you say?
Well, you know that I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
And so I would say to you that when Jesus was crucified, he took on himself sickness, poverty. Everybody thinks that he came to save us just to save our sins, but
Mm.
it's not true, actually. He took on himself sickness, poverty, everything that you can think about, he took upon himself. God's will for us is abundance.
Mm.
And
Mm.
God's will for us is to rest to receive that abundance.
that's
So
that's
all you
um
need to do is just let go. That's all you need to do.
that's that shalom I heard somebody say the other day. Shalom is
Wholeness.
translated, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, nothing broken, nothing missing.
Nothing missing.
So there's that's the abundance. So I mean, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't work, or you shouldn't think
No,
for yourself,
no,
or plan, or do all the things that
no.
you're supposed to do. So it is really an inner game.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. It's also knowing, especially in this day and age, Emmy, with everything going on right now, as it is, with people losing their jobs, and and a lot of people just being destitute, not knowing what to do, is to realize that your provision does not come from your own efforts.
mm, hmm. That is
You
and
don't owe
I think that would
anything.
apply to everybody, not just people who are Christians or
No,
believers, but it actually does apply to
to
everybody.
everybody.
That
Yeah,
your provision is available there for you,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just for you to receive it.
Just to
Mhm.
receive it and to
Mm.
know. And the biggest thing is not to trust in your own efforts, not to rely on yourself, to acknowledge that there is a God, to acknowledge that there is a higher power if you're not Christian. And this is not religious. I'm not religious by any means.
Mm, 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 mm.
And
Yeah, I
just
mean, one of the things that I do say to the members of the club is that we should just focus on taking action
mhm,
and do not stress ourselves about what the outcome
yeah,
would be, because the outcome can be what we expect. It can be better than we expect, it can be
exactly.
worse than we expect, but we just focus on doing our part, you
Yeah,
know.
because if you focus on the problem, if you focus on the problem becomes bigger.
Mm, mm.
So if you just focus on what you need to do and focus on God or focus on the higher power or whatever you call it, the problem goes down and it gets taken care of.
Yeah, so that makes me think about how sometimes when you are needy or desperate,
Mhm.
like it's almost as if
You
you push.
repel. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's funny. That's funny, but I guess it's true, because it's
It's
like,
because you're meditating on the problem.
huh.
You're meditating on the problem. So constantly you're meditating, thinking, thinking, thinking. And what you think
Hmm.
about, you
I need to
become.
pay these bills. I need to pay these bills. I need to pay these bills. I need to
Yeah.
get out of debt. I need to get out of debt. I need to get out of debt. So you're focusing
Oh, stop
on
it. Stop worrying.
mm,
Stop
mm,
it.
because it actually does the opposite. Actually pushes away,
Yeah.
repels these things. So if you're saying let's not focus on the problem, what do we focus on?
If you're a Christian, focus on God. If you're not, focus on a higher power.
And focus on serving as well. Focus
Yes,
on
yes,
serving,
absolutely.
you know. So again, it comes back to like focusing on giving what you can do
Mhm.
for others
Yeah.
more than you focus on what you need.
Yes, because
And
as you give, you start saying to yourself that you are abundant.
mm,
Stop saying,
mm,
I'm abundant, I have enough to give. And when you give, look at my hand. When you give, your hand is open to receive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me give you both hands.
Give more.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay. So that brings me now to our online space, and
Mhm.
and one thing that I see a lot is people tend to be I don't know what to call it, but people tend to be stingy. Not
Mhm.
stingy. Stingy is not this. Stingy is a very rough word. You know, they're not very generous with sharing what they know. You
Sharing
know,
information.
sharing
Yeah.
information is like, oh, they're going to take my secrets, or they're going to steal my recipes, or they're going to steal my, they're going to copy me. They're going to, what do you say about things like that?
Again, it comes from the mindset. When you have that kind of mindset, then you have a scarcity mindset,
Mm, mm.
right? If you share, you have an abundance mindset and you attract more abundance to you.
So the opposite of abundance is a
Again,
scarcity
when you're
mindset.
holding on to stuff, your hand is closed.
And
You
you
can't
say, oh,
receive nothing.
this is not, I don't have enough, or
Yeah,
there is not enough,
yeah,
or even I am not enough.
yeah,
So you don't want to give out what you have,
yeah,
or you want to give what you have for the highest price because you feel this is the only thing I have to offer. So therefore, I should, all my hopes are on this thing, and then you hold on to it or hold back
Yeah.
in that sense. It's
Yeah. And
it's
and
it,
again, if your hand is closed, you're cutting off. You're cutting everything off.
hmm.
So if you let go of that scarcity mindset, open your hand and give, it can start to flow back to you again.
So that's that flow, you know. I think there's really some principles that money follows, you know, time, you know, over, you know, probably over thousands of years, you know, some principles that money just, this is how money works,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think some of the things that we do tend to stop the um money from coming to us. Like what was I gonna say? There's this book I remember reading a while ago. That rabbi um I can't, let me not butcher his name, Lipchin or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt prosper. Is it
Yeah.
Thou shalt prosper? It's a book, it's a business book. And I remember him saying something about how God intended for us to prosper because it actually helps us to have relationships,
Yes.
you know. So it's through the relationships of, oh, I'm bringing this to the market, this other person is bringing that to the
Mm-hmm.
market, you know, and I'm helping you, you are helping me,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. And I mean, that's really really, I think that's the way it works. So it kind of flows back and forth.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm, mm.
Absolutely.
I met Natalie
Yeah.
in my mastermind coaching group, and we've had some wonderful conversations over time, you know. And you know, I know you to be like in fact, I remember the first few times when I came, you would just sit there quietly, you wouldn't even say anything, and I'm like, who is this woman just sitting there? Everybody's talking, and you just sit there quietly listening, watching people, and that kind of thing. But then you were still in Canada.
Uh,
Yeah, you were still in Canada before you made your move to Spain recently, you know. And but then after some time, you just started dropping some bombs, and I was like, ah, the quiet ones. Is the quiet ones. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so what should we ask you again? Tell us. If somebody is it like something you have to work on all the time, or is it something that you can just, it's a one and done once you sorted out your mindset in with regard to money, or is it in stages? How does it work, you know?
well, definitely, once you've worked on it, it becomes easier. However, it is a daily practice. It is a daily practice to keep renewing your mind all the time. And the way you can do that is by reading books that expand you, and also for people who meditate, to meditate. If you're a Christian, meditate on the word. Um, yeah, but it is a daily practice.
That's interesting that you say that. You know, you know, we were having a conversation. We're talking about before we came on about interior decorating and how we like interior
Mhm.
decorating. And I said, oh, I want my house to be beautiful. And you said something. You said that the more you surround yourself with beautiful things, you know, the more you attract,
Yes.
kind of like it expands your soul. That's what you
Yeah.
said. It expands your soul. That love for beautiful thing, it
Mhm.
actually expands your soul and attracts more
Mhm.
abundance to you. So I think what you're saying is almost like the same thing, where is the books you read, maybe the top people you talk to, the
Yes.
people you surround
Yes.
yourself with,
Yeah.
you know, the things you learn and the things that you pay attention to, you know,
Absolutely.
that actually make you grow in that sense. Because if you are you know, around people that are negative all the time, you know, like, oh, you know, the everything is falling apart, you know, COVID is killing us, and you know, all those different things, and there's a recession, and jobs are, people that kind of like rehearse and replay these things,
Yeah.
it would actually affect you. And
You
the
know,
opposite.
there's something to be said about what you speak about, what you say, you become.
Hmm.
So you got to watch the words that you speak
What you say, you
and
become.
the things that you think.
That's the one that gets me, though, the things that you think, because I think some of the money stories that we tell ourselves are so deep inside that you might not even realize you're thinking them.
Yeah, but you have to start consciously looking at what you think. And
Mm.
as those thoughts come, you got to tell yourself, no, that's not what I am. That's not who I am, and reverse it.
So challenging the thoughts as they
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
and then also speaking,
Speaking, I
speaking.
am abundant. I am wealthy.
Mm. Some people laugh at people that do all those kind of things, that, oh, what do you mean you're just talking, saying things, saying words, but words are powerful.
They are powerful because if you come back to the Bible, when God created the earth, what did he say? Let there be light.
That was it.
And there was light.
That was it.
So you have the
He
creative
didn't go
ability.
to the light factory and say, okay, let's manufacture lights.
Now,
He spoke the light.
you spoke it. So you got to speak what you want to happen in your life.
And then also speak and challenge the
The
thoughts, or
thoughts. Yeah.
the thoughts and the things that I realized, one, for me personally, I realized that I thought, I was afraid that if I had money, a lot of money, that I would become proud,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, I don't know, arrogant, or kind of like,
Yeah.
like look down on people,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I didn't even, that's why I'm saying that some of these thoughts are there, but you don't even know they're there, so it was almost to me like a revelation, like, okay, maybe this is actually what this is what I was afraid of, this is what I was
Yeah.
thinking was so it's when you now I was so being able to then identify that and say, and challenge that and say, no, no, this is not true.
No,
It's actually not true, you
exactly.
know
It's not
uh,
true. It's a
mm,
lie.
yeah, it's a lie, and I remember somebody once said, don't believe everything you think.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you got to get that I can't out of your vocabulary. I
Hmm.
can't. I can't. I'm sick. I'm broke. Stop it.
Let me tell you another one for the vocabulary that I am trying to, let me say, I'm working on getting out. The When you say, even if it is only just, that's what I'm trying to get out, because it's like you want to get something, and then you are trying to say, even if it's the minimum, version of this thing, so I now started hearing it, and I guess that's God helping me, start hearing myself saying that, like, oh, I'm going to do this, even if it's only just, okay, I'm going to have a class, even if it's only just 5 people that come, kind of thing, or I'm going to make some money, even if it's just, okay, let's say maybe you came and you taught a class and you said, oh, you can make $10,000 by doing this. And I said to myself, if I could only make just 2% of what Natalie did, I would be so, that kind of thing. So those are the kind of things that I personally at this time, and I'm challenging in my
Yeah.
own thoughts and my vocabulary as well, you
Yeah.
know, because obviously.
It's also about expanding your conscious your abundance level, right? So think about think about how much money do you make per month. Think about somebody that makes, let's even say, $3,000 a month, right? So what is $3,000 over 12 months?
That's 36,000
So,
dollars.
so think about how it would feel to make that every month. And it's not impossible.
And you've actually said something very important, that your emotions as well play a part. So getting
Oh, yeah.
yourself, getting
Yeah.
your, getting in touch with your emotions for that,
Mm-hmm.
and also like identifying, feeling it, not just saying it, but
Yeah.
feeling what you're saying.
Feeling what it would like to feel like to have that,
Mm, mm,
right?
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. So what do you say? I mean, you've already started talking about it, but what would you say about financial goals? And sometimes they say, make big goals. Some people say set goals that are reachable. Some people say set, the ones that are like very, whatever. What would you say about setting financial goals? How would you say?
I would say set a goal which is scary. Don't set safe goals. Set
Mm,
something that's scary,
mm, mm.
because that also starts to open yourself up, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Also start. So I'm going to lead into something which you might be asking me, but I'm going to give you a little verse in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay. It is Ephesians 3:20.
Ha!
Yeah.
My friend, if she watches this, she's going to scream.
And
She's going to
I'm reading
scream.
from the Amplified Bible. And it says, "Now to him who is able to carry out his purpose and do super abundantly, not just abundantly, but super abundantly, more than all that we dare ask." Do you dare ask
Mm.
or think, infinitely beyond our greatest prayers, hopes, or dreams, according to his power that is at work within us?
Wow. Wow.
So,
Let's do that again. Let's do
do
that
it
again.
again.
Yes, let's do it again.
Okay. Okay. Now, to him who is able to carry out, actually, I'm gonna read it from a different translation. I'm gonna read it from the Passion Translation. I don't know if you guys know the Passion Translation, but
I've heard about it.
no, it's a good one.
Yeah, see, okay.
Yeah. Never doubt God's mighty power to work in you and accomplish all this. He will achieve infinitely more than your greatest request, your most unbelievable dream, and exceed your wildest imagination. He will outdo them all, for his miraculous power constantly energizes you.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so
So,
much. I think that would be a good place for us to just put a nice full stop here.
to land the plane.
Yeah, Oh, thank you so much. Wow, Natalie, I love that. I have goosebumps. I love that. You know, I have a friend that she says there was a time that God was speaking. She was seeing everywhere. So she said, you look at the time and it's 3:20, and she would see, she was just seeing 3:20, and she said it's 3:20 is following me everywhere. And then she now realized that it was this Bible verse,
Yeah,
so what she's been praying about and holding on to, and all that kind
absolutely.
of thing. So I love that you just brought that up now. That's a gift for us. So, and it really is. I mean, I sincerely feel, even this conversation, I feel my mind expanding, my mind opening up,
Yeah.
to grow possibilities, and it really always comes back down to the mindset, and the things that we see and hear,
Yeah.
like in hearing. And as a believer, I know this is going to people who are not believers, but as a Christian, as a believer, we have this added benefit of having the power of God's word
Yeah.
that we can actually use, put in our mouths and speak
Yeah.
out
Yeah. And speak it. Yeah.
speak out. Yeah, yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Natalie. So any last words, if any last words for anybody who is really struggling in this area? Um
I would say just think about what it is that you want. It's extremely easy. Just think about what it is you want and focus on that.
hmm,
And just believe, trust, have faith. I also want to point out to you now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance. Substance is taking something that's invisible
mm,
and it
mm,
becomes visible.
mm, mm, mm.
So have faith for the invisible and you will see it come to pass.
Invisible, become visible. Thank you so much. So, what would you do if you were president for a day?
If I were president for a day, I would teach people mindset
Hmm.
because I believe that a lot of people are in bondage of the mind.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't have to give them more money. We
Yeah.
need to teach them who they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Many. I mean, most things. I mean, we're talking about money today, but most things it starts in the mind.
yeah.
Most things, good things, bad things. Most change it always starts in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you also for what you said to me about beautifying my house. It starts in the mind, and then getting those pictures and putting pictures in my mind
Yeah,
of what I want to see. And then now, and like you said, once you have those pictures that you're seeing, this is something physical now. Once I have those pictures of what I want to see, then I either find them in real life, or they
well, they'll come to
come
you.
to
Yeah,
me.
they will come to you. Yeah,
Thank you so much,
yeah.
Nat.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So Natalie can be found at you can find her on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a group as well, Unstoppable Kingdom Women
Woman. Yeah,
Entrepreneurs.
Unstoppable Kingdom Woman. Yeah, but the best way to find me is on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. So you
Yeah.
can find her on Facebook, Natalie Hahn. But thank you so much, Natalie. Oh, thank you so much. I've
Thank you,
really enjoyed
Amy.
that. Yeah.
No problem.
All right then.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, let me say bye to Facebook.